Coming up on RMU Live, a house in Moon Township was leveled after the front part of it exploded. And Mayor Bill Peduto has a plan to make Pittsburgh a sustainable city. And finally, Google will be opening up a summer program to HBCUs. All on this week's edition of RMU Live. Welcome to RMU Live. Today is March 24th, 2017. My name is Rashad Christian.
And I'm Cassidy Walters. Here's what's happening now.
A house in Moon Township was leveled by an explosion Thursday afternoon. The owner of the house was said to be at work when the tragedy occurred. The cause of the explosion was said to be a gas leak, and fortunately the owner's dogs escaped the fire and no one was hurt in the incident.
Pittsburgh's Mayor Bill Peduto announced that the city has partnered with People's Gas and the Pittsburgh Water and Sewer Authority to invest $1 million in water filters for PWSA customers. This announcement comes from the concerns of high lead levels in homes across the city. Filters will be offered to all homeowners in the city. Mayor Bill Peduto's office announced Wednesday that the PWSA board will bring in 3 new members to replace those who resigned over the past week. The changeover on the PWSA board comes amid several scandals, including lead levels in water and billing irregularities.
The new Brotherhood Motorcycle Club said in a statement that it will permanently close its clubhouse and will no longer have late night and after hours events after 2 people connected to it were murdered. Sean Lyons, 20, and Michael Leonard, 33, were both murdered near the club.
Jurors in the criminal trial of former Penn State University president Graham Spanier spent more than 6 hours deliberating Thursday without reaching a verdict. The panel got the case after Spanier's attorneys declined to call any witnesses to counter accusations that he acted illegally in handling a 2001 complaint about Jerry Sandusky.
An inmate in the Allegheny County Jail is accused of plotting the murders of 5 juveniles who accused him of sexual assault. Michael Sherbanek, 29, of South Park, is now charged with 27 new criminal counts. According to a criminal complaint, Sherbanek told his cellmate he'd pay him $1 million to carry out the plan.
John Brown, a former Mount Pleasant police officer, was suspended from his job when a woman came forward saying he assaulted and forced sexual acts upon her. 4 more women came forward and claimed that they had been in similar situations with Brown. Police said the alleged crimes happened in parking lots, bars, and inside of the State Security Investigation Services building in Pittsburgh.
Health officials stopped the demolition of a building in Brookline that has prompted concerns from neighbors. The Allegheny County Health Department said there are no regulations for demolition work besides asbestos abatement. Neighbors say they've been dealing with air quality issues, debris, constant dust, and erosion control problems as crews demolish the old Bradley Center. The NCAA has indicated it will leave North Carolina out of the March Madness Championship game location process if the state hasn't changed its LGBT rights limitation law. The law requires transgender people to use restrooms at schools and government buildings corresponding to the sex on their birth certificates.
On Tuesday, Robert Morris held its annual Global Carnival in the Sewell Center. The event took place from 4:30 to 7:30 and featured a variety of different activities from different cultures, food from all around the world, and local vendors.
If you're interested in learning how to make a car drive itself, head over to the Sewell Center on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Uber engineer David Rice is going to come and speak with students about Uber's research on autonomous vehicles.
Yasmin Purohit, Robert Morris University's Chief Diversity and Inclusion Officer and Title IX Coordinator, has been named a recipient of the 2017 Giving Back Award for Administrators by Insight into Diversity magazine. She was named along with 39 other college and university administrators. The Associate Professor of Education, Darcy Tanhill, has been elected to the Board of Directors of the National Amyloidosis Foundation based in Michigan. The foundation's mission is to provide awareness and support to patients with amyloidosis. Utah's governor signed legislation Thursday lowering the blood alcohol limit for most drivers to 0.5% from the 0.8%, which will save lives. For example, a 150-pound man can be at his limit after only 2 beers, and a 120-pound woman will be there after a single drink. Some critics have urged Utah to delay rolling out the standard until other states act.
The Pittsburgh Pirates' John Hogan's visa to make his way into the United States has reportedly been denied. As of this morning, however, the Pittsburgh Pirates organization hasn't confirmed this new development in the Gong saga. Gong has been arrested 3 times in Korea for 3 DUIs. The infielder was sentenced to 2 years in prison earlier this March after his 3rd DUI, but if he stays clean and out of trouble for the 2 years, after his sentence is suspended, his prison sentence will be removed. After the prison sentence was announced, the Pirates placed Gong on a restricted list and expected him to miss the start of the season. However, with this new development, it is unclear if Gong will be on the team at all during the 2017 season. It is predicted that David Freese will be the Pirates' 3rd baseman if Gong isn't available for the upcoming season, which is quickly approaching. I'll be back with my full sports report later in the show. Cassie and Rashad, back to you guys.
Be sure to tune in to our other shows, RMU Live on Mondays and Fridays at 1 p.m., Sports Talk in the Berg on Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m., and Colonial Sports Center Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. here on RMU-TV.
Coming up on RMU Live, a cure for diabetes is in the works.
And information on an attack in London. We'll be right back.
Did you know parking over tall, dry grass can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
I spy something beginning with S.
Snow?
No.
Snow-covered trees?
Nothing to do with snow.
Head outside to discover incredible animals and beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure.
Wow.
So grab your loved ones.
Don't even.
And explore a world of possibilities.
Come on, this way.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you.
Authorities on Thursday identified a 52-year-old man in Britain as the man who mowed down pedestrians and stabbed a policeman to death outside Parliament in London. The Islamic State group claimed responsibility for Wednesday's attack, while police say the plan was carried out by Khalid Massoud, a UK-born civilian. A sad reoccurrence in today's world is curious toddlers grabbing opioids from their mothers' purses and suffering fatal attacks. In 2000, 14 children in the U.S. under age 5 died after ingesting opioids. By 2015, that number climbed to 51. In Milwaukee County, Wisconsin alone, 4 children died last year of accidental overdoses. Kadlia Tamika Damia Wimberly, the most recent case, was at a relative's house under the care of her father when she ingested the methadone.
President Donald Trump wants the House to vote on the new proposed health care bill. The vote was postponed after administration officials fell short, but will take place on Friday. The Congressional Budget Office said Thursday that the new version would reduce federal shortfalls by $150 billion over the next decade, which is $186 billion less than the original bill.
The Senate voted Thursday to strike down Obama-era internet privacy rules. The FCC passed the online privacy rules to allow internet service providers to obtain customer information without permission. The House is expected to pass the disapproval resolution in the coming weeks and send it to President Trump's desk for final approval. Major advertisers across Europe are still appearing alongside extremist YouTube videos days after Google said it was taking steps to protect its clients from inadvertently supporting hate. This comes after an anti-Semitic clip claiming the existence of a Jewish world order was featured alongside advertisements in Germany from insurer AXA SA.
A Toronto school district school board is canceling new school trips to the United States until further notice. The school board was concerned with President Trump's new travel laws and who may be affected by them.
Google is partnering with Howard University to launch Howard West, a 3-month summer program open to rising juniors and seniors studying computer science. Between 25 and 30 juniors and seniors from Washington, D.C. based Howard University will spend 12 weeks at Google this summer, receiving instruction from senior Google engineers. Google plans to expand the program to other historically black colleges and universities in the near future.
A Walt Disney Company executive has said that it will not change any of the scenes in the Star Wars The Last Jedi that involve Carrie Fisher despite her passing. Disney chief executive Bob Iger backed the statement and said her performance will remain as it was in the film.
According to a new report, PwC, 38% of jobs in the U.S. are at risk of being taken over by robots and artificial intelligence. John Hawksworth, PwC's chief economist in the UK, said that many workers in the U.S. work in the financial sector and are focused on domestic retail operations, while most UK jobs are centered around international finance and investment banking. The difference is that UK jobs require a higher education and more expertise, something a human is more equipped with.
According to surveys, the Eurozone's economy may have picked up during the first 3 months of 2017, the largest increase in the last 6 years. The rise was unexpected and job creation was at its best level for almost a decade.
Israeli police on Thursday arrested a young man with dual U.S. citizenship in connection with a wave of threats to Jewish communities and institutions in the United States and other countries. The suspect is thought to have used advanced camouflage technologies when contacting the institutions and making the threats. The threatening messages delivered through phone calls and emails have forced a steady stream of evacuations from Jewish community centers.
Hong Kong's pro-democracy activists remain defiant ahead of election under China's influence. Hong Kong will elect its new chief executive on Sunday. The committee is stacked with supporters of the Chinese government rather than a free election. Pro-democracy protests continue throughout Hong Kong, but it is unlikely that Hong Kong will ever become as independent as Taiwan, which is a full democracy. Scientists in Germany have been testing what is said to be the Earth's largest form of artificial sun, which is a device they hope will shed light on new ways of making climate-friendly fuels. The device produces no carbon emissions, meaning it doesn't add to global warming. Their next goal is to bypass the electricity stage by tapping into the enormous amount of energy that reaches Earth in form of sunlight. A cure for type 1 diabetes is reportedly being tested on human patients, and it is in the first treatment to make it to the patient testing stage. Johnson & Johnson has joined forces with diabetes treatment company ViaCyte to speed up the development of a stem cell-based cure which could be available to patients in the next several years if it is effective.
And for all the news you could possibly need regarding RMU sports and arts and entertainment, be sure to check out RMUCentryMedia.com.
Coming up after the break, weather forecaster Eddie Sheehy will be in our weather center with a look at this weekend's forecast.
And our sports anchor Ian Kiss will be talking about tournament time for RMU sports when we come back from the break.
Did you know parking over tall, dry grass can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent prevent wildfires.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
I spy something beginning with S.
Snow.
No.
Snow-covered trees.
Nothing to do with snow.
Head outside to discover incredible animals and beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure.
Wow.
So grab your loved ones
Don't even.
and explore a world of possibilities.
Come on, this way.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you.
Welcome back to RMU Live, and just like promised, I'm Ian Kiss back again with the sports report. The Pittsburgh Penguins battled the Ottawa Senators yesterday evening in Ottawa. Nick Bonino gave the Penguins the lead in the second period with his 16th goal of the campaign, but Ottawa's Nick Hoffman netted his 22nd goal of the season, tying the score at 1 and ultimately forcing the overtime period. It was the Senators who received the 2 points, winning the shootout that took place after the scoreless overtime. The Penguins return tonight to take on the New York Islanders at 7 p.m. at PPG Paints Arena. The Sweet 16 of the NCAA tournament kicked off last night, and 4 teams punched their ticket to the Elite Eight. Oregon edged out Michigan 69-68. Gonzaga walked away with a 61-58 victory over West Virginia, and Kansas scored to a 98-66 blowout win over Purdue. In the 11-seeded Xavier Musketeers pulled off the 73-71 upset of number 2-seeded Arizona Wildcats. Tonight there are 4 more teams looking to secure a spot in the next round. North Carolina will battle Butler. Baylor and South Carolina will tip off shortly after. UCLA and Kentucky will then battle at 8:39 p.m. and Florida and Wisconsin will round out the night and the Sweet 16 round at 9:59 p.m. That's all in the world of sports. Now to Eddie Shee, who is in our weather center. Eddie, how is your bracket looking? Is it busted yet?
Yeah, it was busted way back. I had Mount St. Mary's going the whole way representing the NEC and saw how that went. Shouldn't be too surprised. Today's weather, 70 degrees is going to be our high. So we're actually going to be getting into that more spring-like weather. Of course, Monday was the first day of spring. 70 degrees is what we're looking at today, and I only have good news really from here as far as temperature goes. We'll get into that in a minute. The low is 56. That temperature we've already passed. That was the early morning, and the rain, chance of rain, 10%. This is the lowest chance of rain, though, we're going to get throughout the next several days. Taking a quick look outside right now. It's a cloudy day, but as I said, 70 degrees. It's warm. It's nice. Again, these are not rain clouds. They're just kind of clouds. It's something that we should expect, especially in this time in March, moving into April. Taking a look at our weather map. Not too much going on here in the area. You can see a few clouds down here right below Uniontown that might hold some rain. This is why the chance of rain is only sitting at about 10%. Again, that's really not a threat. Looking towards tomorrow, 72 degrees. This is going to be the highest temperature we hit all week, so enjoy it while you can. A low of 54 degrees. Again, early morning, later in the day. Though later in the day, I would expect that to sit around 59 degrees or so. It's going to be cloudy, but cloudy like it is today. Moving into our 5-day forecast. Sunday, high of 68, low of 56, but here is where the rain comes in. Rain Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, but you can see the temperatures are going to be pretty standard, 68 and 68, and then 56 and 55 for your lows on Sunday and Monday. Tuesday, rain, 62 and 48. Wednesday and Thursday, again, pretty similar. Clouds, 64, 62, lows in the 30s and high 40s, and that'll round out your weekend. Cassidy and Rashad, back back to you guys.
Thanks for the report, Eddie, but that's all the time we have for RMU Live today.
We will see you next week.